Welcome back, ambassadors, to the Lucky Die. Previously, Balance receives a familiar and Zaltanna makes a serious offer. After saving Demi from going nuclear, Zaltanna and Balance hatch a plan to masquerade as their missing companions. During their group charade, Zaltanna manages to get herself the loyalty of the Triad, whilst Balance receives troubling news from Nipt. Who sent them the mysterious message? Is anyone else at the dueling able to offer any assistance? And will the group rush off to aid their friends, or finish their evening meal? I guess we're about to find out. Welcome back to the Lucky Die.
Just had Nipt arrived on the scene. Where would you two want to go from? Where do you guys want to start this next little shindig?
Probably convened under the stairways, hopefully without Yil being any wiser to that.
Are you guys going to go straight there?
Not all at once.
Yeah, I think we're gonna stagger our entrances. Like, we're not stupid, right? Well, okay. Zaltanna's stupid, but not that stupid.
Zaltanna's lovely. Okay, so let me just get this straight. The plan is Nipt has arrived.
Yep.
And you guys are gonna go sort of one by one, as surreptitiously as you can, to convene sort of where the servants' quarters are.
Yes.
In an attempt to just go straight away to rescue your friends. You're gonna ignore all the other political by-based 4 pages of writing and whatever's going down in the town.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure that that's the plan.
Yeah, we're going to ignore the juicy dangling peach the DM is dangling in front of us and go eat a rotten apple.
All right. For the sake of friendship, right?
Yeah, for friendship.
No, not even for friendship. For the sake of, 1, my parents, and 2, the chalice.
Oh boy, Rao's going to feel super bad when he hears that. All right.
That's okay. He can't hear my inner.
I don't give a shit about
monologue.
Your parents.
I do.
Okay, cool.
Because that's how we get the other piece, is by saving my parents so that I can get the fucking crown.
All right. Okay. Just as a thing, Renala will refuse whatever instincts you say to not go, and she is wanting to go. You basically can't stop her. The question mark you have around is Demi. Are you going to take her?
Yes.
Or are you going to leave her behind
No.
to act as the world's biggest distraction?
No.
Oh, man. Are you sure we should send Demi after that political whatever?
No. Because none of us wield magics. At least not good ones.
That is accurate. You're right. Let's take Demi.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to check that this was happening.
Balance will communicate to Bellows, perhaps, that if he could... No. You know what? Because...
What?
You mentioned last time that I had an inkling that what was her name? Don't tell me, V. I have the notes.
You need to tell me the name because I don't know who you're talking about.
the dwarf, half dwarf representative. The Smith.
The half dwarf, half elf. Yes. Oh yeah, Rodri. Yeah.
Was that her? Why don't I have her name written down?
Yeah, she's the maker. She's a representative of basically all the blacksmiths here on...
in Darkhammer?
No, her place here at this particular dueling is on behalf of all the blacksmiths in Discora.
Well, she's like the council member for...
Yeah, and she's also the council member for
Darkhammer.
Rowena, but that's not her position here officially.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So Balance is actually going to locate Rodri because I think last session you had said that he got the inkling that she knew who he actually was.
Yes.
So he's actually going to approach her.
Okay. In that case, we'll just say that this is picked off probably about 5 or 10 minutes after you guys have received the news from Nip, so you guys have had made plans and stuff. She's sitting at the table alone. She's drinking what looks like fine elven wine, and she's just kind of trying to relax in her old lady manner.
Okay. Balance is going to mention to the others that he's got an idea for how we can probably make things a bit easier to move about. And then get up holding his own glass of wine and approach Rodri.
She looks up at you and says, "Hello, young man. What can I... Who are you here with?"
Oh, yes, because I'm still Christopher.
You are?
I'm actually here with the lodge. Do you mind if I join you for a moment?
Please, sit down. So what can an old lady like me do for a mostly young chap like yourself? And she kind of gives you like half a wink.
I'm trying to fit in here and just meet people and socialize and whatnot. And
as he's kind of rambling in that manner, telepathically to her, Balance is going to say, "It's Laffian. Just continue along with the conversation. There are things going on right now that I can't exactly explain everything, but I'm going to need you to trust me."
She reaches out and puts her hand on Christopher's arms like, "Yes, of course, dear. I totally understand."
So Balance outwardly is going to keep on putting the rambling old man appearance. Like, he's probably talking, but he's not talking.
He's saying nothing of sense, yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of just...
consequence.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of making idle chit-chat. Telepathically to her, he's going to say, "My parents are being held captive, and we're trying to save the world, as hard as that is to believe. Some of our friends already broke off to try to deal with some of the issues that we've been having here, and we need a bit of a distraction. We need to slip away. It seems our friends have gotten into some trouble. For old time's sake, if you could assist me, I would greatly appreciate it. On the subject of what we were discussing earlier, I am of the same opinion as you. Me and Pintor both are trying to remedy things at home so that everybody benefits. The world needs unity, not war."
Take a persuasion roll.
Sure. That's an 11. No, you know what? I'm using my inspiration.
Good call.
25.
She reaches, she kind of does that like, she's clearly making her body language as though she's hitting on Christopher.
That's fine.
Now so she like shifts her chair a little bit closer and you can see her like leaning in and paying more attention to what he's saying, but in actuality what Laffian is saying to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she smiles and nods and she says, "Yeah, well, you just slip me a signal later on. I think an old lady like me can make a little bit more trouble before the end, if you know what I mean." She like gives Christopher a good hearty nudge.
"Oh, nonsense. You don't look a day over 100.
"Oh, you old flatterer, you." And she picks up her wine and drinks it, and as she does, she kind of like her face becomes a little bit more still, and she just gives you that very slow, deliberate nod, and then continues her drink. You think you have an ally.
Balance.
Willing to perform some sort of distraction.
Puts on an act of just like standing up and just gives like a very over the top, like, because Christopher's trying to pretend to be like he belongs and do like about,
"Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure talking to you."
Pleasure always.
And as he walks away, he just telepathically says, "Thank you. We will have to have more in-depth conversation later."
As Christopher gets up to leave, she gives him a hearty thwack on the butt. Take that as a yes. Okay, you potentially have an ally for a distraction. Anything else you guys want to do?
Go back to the table, and I guess once we're ready.
As you guys go back to the table, Demi has already left, faking being Raoul. She has her hands over her face as she leaves, oh no, my nose, it's bleeding. But she's doing it really badly because she's never been a fake Dragonborn before. So she sort of made her way out into the hallway. Unless you guys are keeping track of her, you lose sight of her. She goes off to do whatever Demi thinks she does.
Okay.
Zaltanna, anything you want to give a shot at or want to prep for?
Not really. I feel like I talked to both the guys I wanted to talk to. I don't know. Did Balance tell us he was going to talk to someone about a distraction, or did he go off and do that on his own like I did?
He definitely...
Yeah, he said, yeah.
He definitely made mention.
Do you think I should try... Well, that's because you're better at being on a team than I am. Do you think I should try to get a... is Caldrain still in this thing?
Yeah. Your former master is still here. Your former head of he's still here.
Former master? How kinky. Well, I guess I'm going to ask Balance if he thinks I should go talk to Caldrain and if he should do a distraction as well, or if he thinks the old lady covers it, or if he thinks, especially with the whole political whatever we're ignoring going on, if we need more than the distraction we're getting.
Telepathically, Balance will say, "I'm not so sure. I think if we have too many people in on our plans, there's more chance for there to be something that goes wrong."
See, this is why I asked you, because you think of more things than I do.
That's why we all have our own purpose here.
That is true. And she cracks her knuckles.
Are we ready to go then?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Wait for the distraction, then try to make our way to under the stairs.
Okay. Renala looks at you both and says, I know the way already. I'll probably have to sneak in there without a problem. She stands up tall and bows very low, and in a very over-the-top loud voice, I should probably go check on Prince Pintor. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen. She again gives a deep bow and then makes her way off out of the room. Okay. Oh boy.
And then I give the signal.
You give a signal. As you give a signal, you send a message to Rhodri that things are ready to progress. You see her have a good look around the room. You see her stand up, and you hear her tap her cane very, very, very loudly on the floor over and over and over. You see the old Duragar himself look up and join in, but tapping his hand very, very loudly on the table. You see Belos, who is looking a little bit flustered, who's just slipped back into the room, looking around at seeing what's going on, looking over at you too, deciding he's going with it, and begins to pound his hand on the table too. The young human woman that was here and her male counterpart that has just come to join at the table do a similar motion. And everyone in the room, all their guests, all their plus ones, begin to very, very, very loudly bang the table in rhythm to the old lady. At this point, looking somewhat confused and flustered, Gilles walks into the room. And as he does so, the banging goes quiet. What is the problem? Is there a thing you wish to talk about? Is there anything I can do for you all? And the old lady looks at him and says, Yes, I think it's about time we started the dueling. My old bones can't deal with this nonsense of the next day. Let's just start it. We have a quorum here. Let's get going. It's loud enough. There's plenty of us here. There are certain things we have to discuss with you, Gilles. like the fact that there are prisoners being held in the vaults. And, I think we all deserve some sort of explanation for that. And you hear everyone else in the room kind of like look at her.
Holy shit!
Oh my god, I love her.
Mm-hmm. You see Jill looking very flustered. He takes a deep breath, and like the professional hears, he says, "Well, of course, if that is what you all wish, then we shall depart into the big chamber room, and we shall let the dueling commence. I shall let my staff know immediately that this is going on, and I shall try and get you some information. I will get the night butler, and we shall try and answer these claims that you have set at our feet. Okay, please." He makes to leave the room. You can see a bunch of his servants, a bunch of the GDC members, the serving staff, just almost as if out of nowhere, just congregate onto Gilles as he very rapidly gives commands, but without saying a word. And they go off to their assigned tasks. And you see Rowdry nod in your direction as many of the members make their way over to her to bug her and ask her for questions and get answers about the things they want to know. Why this strange thing has occurred, why they're doing this right now. You guys have a perfect opportunity to escape. I don't really know what to tell you. Belos is with them, Rowdry is with them, Father Caldrain is there, and a few like plus ones and all that good stuff are around. So you guys, I'd like you to make stealth checks regardless, just at advantage.
Okay.
So that's a 17.
What a coincidence. That was what I rolled too.
What a coincidence. All right, we have two 17s in play. Yeah, you guys make it out through the hubbub. You see Gilles talking to a bunch of the servants, and they're going off doing their certain things. But you see a few of them standing next to Demi. She's standing in the hallway, sort of like at the foot of the stairs. She's looking a little bit flustered, but she's in control. There are a couple of people talking to her, almost detaining her as if she was talking to someone else beforehand. She has a very similar perplexed, uncomfortable look that Belos had when he walked in. But she wouldn't see you two leaving. She's too busy. Yeah, I know, and off you two are. You find Renala fairly quickly, fairly easily. She's waiting at the kind of like the entrance to servants' quarters. There's no one here because they're all off doing important tasks, as you would expect, as are the guards who went off to deal with another thing earlier in the session. All right.
Telepathically, then, as we're sneaking off, Balance will say to Demi, "We're going to start making our way down there. Try to slip away as soon as you can and make your way and join us."
Unlike previously, when you tried to connect with her, there was a complete disengage. You feel her response almost instantly. She says, "I will try my best, but things seem to have picked up. They kind of know that there are people that, yeah, well, there are things going on. I will try my best. I will get there as soon as I can, but things may go south. But everyone seems very busy. Maybe I can just blast my way out." And that's what you're left with.
If it comes down to it, then we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
All right. You guys find yourself at the entrance to the servants' quarters. Does anyone have thieves' tools?
I do not believe I do, no.
Nope.
All right, just give me a second. Let me check to see what our young companion has with her. Nope, she does not.
Is the door locked?
The door is locked.
Renala, are you any good when it comes to trying to pick locks?
Not great. Let me see if I've got anything in the spellbook. Hang on. And she'll put out what looks like a battered old songbook. It's covered with age. She flicks through it. You see there are many, many old songs written in here. But you can also see like a fresher, newer hand on there.
If one had to categorize how skilled she is with things such as sleight of hand, how would you categorize her?
if one were to categorize her sleight of hand, it's pretty good.
Okay. In
It's
that case,
probably not better than yours because she's somewhat lower level.
mine is a +2, V.
Okay, then hers is infinitely better than yours.
Okay. Well, I assume Balance can kind of recognize that much from her. So
Yes.
Balance is going to say, if it helps, I think I might have something you can try to use as a makeshift pick.
Okay.
Balance is going to reach into his bag and he's going to pull out the 3-inch iron pin that Squash gave him all those episodes ago and hand it to her and say, try to use this. And if you need to use a dagger, I have one as well.
All right.
Challenge.
Okay,
Challenge completed, V. Challenge completed
Okay.
like 50 episodes later.
All right. Well, the thing is, as someone was kindly yelling at me on our Discord, breaking into doors is a thieves' tool check.
That is true.
I care little. She only has sleight of hand. It's the only thing vaguely related to this that I think we can probably go with that. And she is proficient expertise in sleight of hand.
Oh.
So, yeah, she's a bard. You get weird expertise at some point. All right, come on, girl. She just won't have advantage. Well, sticking to the 17, she got a 17. Let me see if that's actually enough to get through this door. Do you know what? As close as Jam is swearing, the DC was an 18. I'm going to say that Squash left it a little easier to get through. So yeah, you guys get through the first locked door. Yay! You guys find yourself in a corridor. This corridor is not as well maintained as the rest of the mansion, the castle that you have been in. This is clearly a servant's quarters. The ground is a lot more threadbare. There's more marks on the wall, that kind of thing. And as you enter and go in and turn the corner, you can see at the very end of this there are what looks like dorm rooms. And you pass like various other rooms like kitchens and laundry and such like. As you make your way down this corridor, at the very end of it where you can see the dorms and you stand there, you see that on one side there is a door which has Gilles' name on it, and on the other side opposite there is another name. I just need to find out where it is. And on the right hand side there is another plaque on a door which denotes the night butler and her name being Dahi. Next to this you can see that there is what looks like another door, but it's definitely locked, and it's not very well used.
And Squash told us where we had to go for this shit, right?
Yes, he told you it was the door that looked like it was next to the night butler's room. He would have given you a fairly good description where it was. Renala reaches out and tries to open the door, but it's locked. Yeah. She looks at you, she looks at the pin, she looks at the dagger, and she tries to...
You know, you'd think these wouldn't be locked anymore since our friends went through them.
It's like they're magic. These be magic doors, I'm afraid. On an 18, she can't break through this door. You guys hear that kind of click, but nothing happens. She looks up and says, I think there's something else on here. I think there's magic on this door too.
Well, that's a problem.
I can't break through this. I might be able to get through the mechanical lock eventually, but there's no way I'm getting through that magic one. I don't have the skills to break it with just these makeshift tools.
What do we do?
Maybe... Well, things like this, they usually have passwords.
Abracadabra.
Would you know it, Casey? No. Nothing happens.
Open sesame.
Again, the door doesn't budge at all. It's not moved by your words.
Well,
Swordfish.
let me see. There's a keyhole.
Yes.
If I look through it, what do I see?
Darkness.
Can I see to the other side of the door?
You see darkness.
I do have dark vision.
You see darkness.
Shit.
Darkness, my old friend.
Is there a crack under the door?
Sure.
Can I see under that?
You can put your head down there, but there is darkness, my friend.
That's really obnoxious.
As if I'd made this really difficult to get through. There's nothing but darkness on the other side, I'm afraid.
Well,
someone must know the password, right? I mean, she looks over at the two butlers' rooms like, these two must know him, or maybe one of the servants. If not, we've got to wait for Demi to turn up and see if she can unlock it with magic or something.
why don't we see if we can get into the night butler's room? I don't feel like touching Yul's room.
Okay. Lead the way.
Gonna try opening the night butler's room.
It's, take a perception check.
22.
You hear a slight movement inside. It suddenly becomes very rapid movement, and you hear someone approaching the door at speed from the inside.
Balance is gonna tap his ears, point at the door, and then he's gonna back up.
Okay, you guys, like, the safest place for you guys would be is like to dive into like either the laundry or into one of the dorm rooms. I'm gonna say you could probably make it. You heard them coming like pretty quick enough. You see this elven woman. She's fairly young. She just comes like bustling out very quickly, pulling on her kind of like leather armor. For the sake of niceness, you guys see that as she comes flying out, she doesn't remember exactly to swing close her door. I need you guys to make a dex. No, I'm going to say an athletics to get there quick enough to stop the door from shutting and not get caught.
I have a better idea.
What are you going to do?
Mystic hand.
Yes, you can.
A mystic hand to hold the door.
That is absolutely perfect. Like, you can mystic hand like appear and just like stick one finger in there just to stop the door closing. So from like a quick glance back of this night butler looking back, like she wouldn't have noticed that it's not really closed. But yeah, she bustles off down the other end. She looks kind of annoyed and like talking to herself a little bit. She has a very guttural voice. And lo and behold, you guys have a finger in the door.
V, I just realized that I said last episode that I was going to get my armor before this, and I forgot to say this episode.
That's okay. I'm going to basically say in the time that they've been speaking to Rowdry and like getting certain things, I'm going to say you could probably have gotten your armor. It can't have been on because you used your advantage of getting down here. So you're going to have to like put it on like here or through the door.
I'll put it on once we get through the door because I feel like I still need to be pretty sneaky.
Yes, it's a good call. Okay, that's totally fine. You have it with you. I was going to bring it up and say that a bit later. Either Demi was going to bring it with her or not, but whatever. I would have got you your armor. I wouldn't have let you go in there completely defenseless. Okay, that's perfect. Yeah, you have your armor with you. You guys have a finger in the door.
Once she's gone, we go in. Keeping an eye out for traps.
Take an investigation check.
27.
There are no traps in this room.
All
right. You walk into this room. It's much bigger on the inside than you would expect it to be. Magic, clearly. There is a meditation mat on the ground because she's an elf. You can see that there are wardrobes, and you can see that there are like chest of drawers and actual chests and a variety of things in here. You can see there's also a window with a curtain, and you can see like kind of the illusion of night going on out there. It's a fairly well organized, clean, everything has its place, put away kind of room. There's a lot of stuff here, but it's very well organized. Where would you guys like to start looking? There's a wardrobe, chest of drawers, and there is a chest. Oh, and the sleeping mat.
Zaltanna, if you could stay by the door, keep an ear out. If you hear anybody coming, let us know.
You got it.
Renala, you and I will have to search the room. We need to find this password, if there's a key. If there's a ring of keys, even better.
Yeah. She probably would have taken that with her, though.
Couldn't hurt to look.
Okay, so we're looking for keys and notes. Okay.
And anything else that could be of importance.
Mm-hmm. In that case, I would like you to make an investigation check at advantage because she is aiding you.
Okay. 31.
Fuck my life. Okay.
Expertise. I have 1 expertise. N expertise.
All right. Okay. You find all the things of note in this room.
Okay. All right.
They include...
I'm going to need my notes. Hold on.
You're going to need your notes.
Pen.
Sorry, man. You're going to need your notes.
Paper. Pen and paper. All right.
All right. First, you find an entry on Gilles. The entry on Gilles basically goes on to explain that she doesn't think that they are human. From all of the information that she has gathered from the workers here, he has been alive for a very, 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 very long time. He's exceptionally old. He should not look that good being that old. She goes on to posit that he is a creature from beyond anything she has knowledge of. She has a few random words written around. Words of note that jump out to you are things like avatar, horseman, chimera, that kind of thing. There's loads of random phrases that this person could potentially be. She also suspects he doesn't eat, drink, or sleep. She certainly never heard him sleeping. Not that she's been spying against the door. Cough, cough. Deep within the recesses, you also find a note on the defenses. Various passwords to get you through variously magically locked doors. You find that the password to this one is Baba Yaga, the door that you're looking for.
Ugh, that definitely can't be significant or anything.
Nah, not at all. And because you got a 31... I'm sorry, dude. You find that there is a note. It's crumpled up. It's beneath her mattress. It looks like she's gone over it with a very heavy ink to just try and like blot out some of the stuff, and you can see that it's been torn and ripped, but it doesn't take you long to put it back together. And with your very keen investigative eyes, you kind of flip over the back and see where like the quill has pressed in, and you manage to read the words backwards. They're written in Elvish. It thanks Dahi for her service to the crown. It thanks her for securing the livestock and holding them over. It asks that they be kept under extremely high security. It thanks her for the information about their statuses and instructs her that should more of the Dathradir family turn up, that they are also to be put under lock and key. And it is signed Yithlan. You know Yithlan. Vaguely, you know Yithlan.
I remember you mentioning that name.
Yithlan is a half-elf woman with big amber eyes. You met her once. She was always very kind to you when you were very young. But other people are very terrified of her. Many years later, you heard whispers that she was some sort of spy, some sort of...
Yep.
There you go.
Yep, that clicked it. I remember. She's on the council. She's the the spy mistress.
Correct.
Oh shit. Okay. So Dahi is working for her, and
Correct.
okay. Capture the Dathradir, keep under lock and key, that whole... Okay. Fan-fucking-tastic. You'd also mentioned that I'd gotten more than one password for some of the doors?
Yeah, essentially you kind of got like through your 31, like looking at various places and like kind of like working out where they may reference to. Yeah, you basically have the keys to the kingdom where it comes to doors. However, it does not include the ones down in the vault.
Oh.
Because that would be too easy, my friend.
Okay. What else do I find?
You find 300 gold pieces,
I'm taking that.
150 silver pieces, and 37 copper pieces.
Okay. The crumpled note, he's actually going to keep.
Good plan. It's one you definitely have to like tape together or get someone to cast mending on it, but yeah.
Yeah, he's going to like very carefully make sure that he puts that away in his bag.
Yes. It's fantastic evidence. All right. Team Charisma. What do you want to do now? Zaltanna, you haven't noticed anyone coming or going.
Well, okay, good. Because no one is allowed to come or go without my say-so.
You are Lord of the Doors.
You are Lord of the Doors.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm Lord of the Doors.
Was one of the passwords that I gotten by chance maybe one that would open Gilles' room?
Yeah.
All right.
You can have a look if you want.
So I found a lot of things. I think I've got the password to get into the vault from here. Do we want to go check in Gilles' room as well and see if perhaps there's more there?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Well, if we were waiting for the lady with the fire to come, wouldn't hurt, would it?
It depends whether or not that the group downstairs are in that much trouble, but this place is also a veritable plethora of information.
Why don't we just do a real quick check? And if there's something there, there's something there. But if there isn't, we just leave.
Sounds like a plan. All right.
Whatever you say.
We're going to check to make sure the hallway is clear.
It's clear.
And then we go over and I say the magic word. Zzz.
You say the magic word of Mama Yaga. Door opens.
Eye for traps.
Eye for traps.
Are there any traps?
Roll.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. Roll 20.
So what did you get?
Well, it's a natural 1, but that makes it a 14.
Well, you can't technically fail on skill checks. So far as you know, Balance, there are no traps in this room.
All right.
I don't like that so far as you know.
Just means they're really damn
there
good
aren't any
traps.
traps in this room. You open to a room that's actually fairly small. It's, there's not a bed in here. There's a couch. There's a sofa type thing. You can see there are the same wardrobe, chest of drawers, and chest arrangements that Dahi has. There's a small table. There's a little chair next to the table, so that the person at the chair and the person on the sofa can eat and drink around the table. There's a couple of there's 4 cups, 4 plates, and a pot of hot water in there. That's what you see from entering. It's well furnished. It's a little bit messy. Some clothes thrown here and there, but that's, yeah.
All right. Second verse, same as the first. Zaltanna, keep an ear out.
All right. Then I need another investigation check with advantage because you're having assistance.
All righty then. 23.
On a 23, you learn the following.
Let me get my notes again.
You find out that Jill has like a small notebook, a diary, if you will. But it's not exactly like, hey, today I had, chicken for dinner.
Oh, my
It's
God.
more along the lines of, this is how the Gentleman's Dueling Club started. It tells tale of how he created a club back in the day to give people a sanctuary, but also to protect something of great value. It talks in there about protecting a sacred chalice, that its function was to make sure that it was not abused and that it was kept safe. However, over time, someone broke in and stole it. Lost to the annals of time, people go on searching for this chalice, but they never came back with it. Since then, the club had become a place of sanctuary, a place where people could come and talk. Elsewhere in this room, you find another book. This book is a simple children's story. It tells about the creation of the world. It tells about a tree on which wishes grew. And these wishes fell to the ground and turned into dragons. On the inside of this is a handwritten note. To my son Gilles, the only one allowed from the garden. Your 3 brothers await you, and will see you soon. Signed, Baba Yaga. And that's what you're getting.
What do I know of this Baba Yaga?
You will need to do a history check.
Sure, I'm not terrible at those.
Zaltanna, you can make that roll as well.
I rolled a 14.
So I rolled a 7.
Renala, I will give her a chance. Renala got 23. Perfect. As you read this, and both of you struggle to work out, like for balance, you think you've heard the name, but you're not 100% sure. Renala knows the name. Renala knows that Baba Yaga was, in legend, in lore, she had a house with a garden. And in this garden, there were 4 horsemen. There was a black night, a sickly red sun, a bright day, and the man. Baba Yaga was supposed to let each one of these out when a specific threat to Bikron, to his existence, was looming on the horizon. That's all that she can really bring up with that.
Describe the 4 horsemen again?
There was the black night, the sickly red sun, the bright day, and the man.
Now, when she says the Black Knight, is she referring to like the Black Knight we kicked the shit out of, or like a different Black Knight?
Are you going to take the time to describe to her what you saw?
Yes.
She looks confused, and she says, "Yeah, it sounds like the sort of thing. Yeah, it could be."
Balance has a very contemplative look and says, "All right, we should get going. There's a lot that I need to process from here, and we have people we need to save first."
Yeah.
That was everything that we found?
Yes,
okay.
Everything of like real interest. Are we going to let Demi know what the password is, or are we just going to hope she can make it through?
Do you have a way to let her know?
No. I don't think so. I mean, I could wait here for her.
I would rather not.
Demi is essentially all powerful, so I feel like we don't have to worry.
Well, the more resources that she can save, the better whenever she catches up. Balance is going to go back to where we came from, and he's going to see if he can reach Demi from where they are with his telepathy.
Go back to where they came from. You mean back at the entrance
Yes.
to the servants' quarters?
Yes.
As you guys make your way back towards the entrance servants' quarters, and you kind of like pop your head out and around, and you see that Demi is very animatedly talking to Gilles. They're both, you can see they're both getting uncomfortable, and they're both getting irate at one another. As you kind of like turn the corner and you look to where Demi and Gilles is, you can see she's like, "Well, I will have to tell the council. You will have to leave immediately. You cannot stay here. Your companions, your additionals have... We cannot find them anywhere. We went up to the rooms and poof, nobody was there. It was just Bellos standing there trying to put an illusion in front of me, like I couldn't see through it. How bloody rude." And Demi sort of like flaps and is like, well, I don't know where they are, okay? And do you know what? Actually, I know where they are. And if they are going there, I'm going to go down there. You better open the door and help us get down there, or I'm going to kick your ass. I'm going to find a way. So help me God. I don't care. Or all the gods. All the freaking gods. Whatever god I have inside of me, I will find a way of breaking this place down. You're either going to let us through and help us rescue the people down there who are actually trapped because, like, something here decided, like, hey, I'm going to go trap a bunch of people, even though I'm not supposed to, because that's not the entire point of this place. And Jill, like, lifts one hand and is continually trying to interrupt her.
Can I
want to send a message to her?
I'd like to switch to my aura sight.
Yeah.
Does Jill seem like genuinely as if like he doesn't know that there are people being held prisoner here?
When she mentions, I need an insight check.
23 insight.
When that is mentioned, he raises an eyebrow. He's kind of like his right eyebrow is kind of like furrow. And he looks a little uncomfortable, and his aura screams that this is news to him.
Balance is going to pull the door quietly close, turn back to Zaltanna and Renala and say, this is going to sound a little odd, but I think that based off of what we read and based off of what I'm seeing right now, it's very possible that Gilles may actually be able to be on our side. Based on his intentions, I think he's actually not the bad guy here.
Sure, and I'm not going to disagree with you on that, but what I am going to say is we still need to get that chalice, and I feel he may pose a problem in getting the chalice.
But based off of what I understand of the reading and what Renala here has said, it sounds like it's because it's a case of trying to protect it so that it's not misused. But if he understands why we're getting it and the fact that of anybody here, we do have a right to it, we may be able to have a powerful person on our side, especially because this is his place. He built it.
Right.
It'll free up Demi and it'll have someone else on our side here because it seems like the Night Butler is actually the one who's the problem.
Sure, if you say so, Balance.
I leave it up to the two of you. These are my thoughts. This is too important for me to make a decision on my own.
My one issue, Balance, is that, yeah, I think it would be great to have him on our side. And yeah, I think it was his assistant who did all this evil shit. I mean, I can't imagine he's going to be pleased to have a prison for royals. Holy crap. In his basement or whatever. But I also think, you know, even if he thinks, oh, they might have a right to this, it will still be hard to convince him. I mean, maybe the good outweighs the bad in all of this, but all I'm saying is be ready for a fight.
Well, my thoughts are on the table. Zaltanna's are on the table. Renala?
I don't know if we can trust him. But I also know our friends are in trouble now. Maybe he'll give us information to get through this safely, or maybe he'll come with and turn everything off, or maybe he'll just take us all and throw us all down in a jail, or just kill us all if he is what I think he is. He could do that without a problem.
Sounds like it.
You think he's one of Baba Yaga's sons? Which one do you think he is, Renala?
I think he might be the man. I think he might be the last one. He doesn't sound like any of the others. But then the descriptions are all really vague and they come from very old tales. You know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think there's risk in telling him, but I also think those risks might be worth it. And from what we saw of Demi, maybe we should tell them before she blows him up.
Right.
She doesn't know what she is.
And in either case, we might be able to free her up and she can be of use as well.
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. If we're all in this, then it seems to me that the pros outweigh the cons here, and desperate times do call for desperate measures. Calculated, but desperate.
And if worst comes to worst, we know the passwords. We'll just run down there and we'll just go straight for them.
Right. I have a teleportation point set up. If we need to extract, I can do that
Get
much.
everyone out?
I can only get so many people out. That's...
How many?
I can get a maximum of... It depends how much energy I have and how many teleportations I need to do. I can open a gateway that would allow an infinite number of people. Or if it comes down to it and I can only make the trip once, then it would be 6 people plus myself.
Okay, well, let's hope we get faced with the problem with us being too many and not with the fact that everyone's dead.
Agreed.
Jump over that when we get there.
Don't think like that. No one's dead.
No, they're not. It's going to be fine. We're going to get down there and we're going to find your parents and we're going to find Pintor and everything's going to be fine. All right. Okay. Let's go.
We're put on your best persuasive faces. We're going to have to do a lot of talking.
By which you mean you're going to have to do a lot of talking.
Yeah.
I can always use backup. One person talking does not a conversation make. Just have my back on this.
I have you back, but I'm more good at knuckle cracking and threatening and the like, so if you need that.
I'll let you know if we need that. Otherwise, Renala, I think you may actually be better suited to assist me when it comes to talking pretty words.
Well, we'll give it a go. All right, you guys...
Wait. Balance holds out for fist bump. From both. Group fist bump.
Fist bump received and accepted.
Fist bump given and received. You can both have Bardic Inspiration.
Yes.
Which is a D6.
Yes.
D6.
She's a Valor Bard. She can add it to basically everything. Except one exception when I think it's just straight ability checks, but we'll get to it when you get to it. Only lasts for 10 minutes, so remember to use it.
Understood.
All right. You guys make your way up.
We make our way back to where Jill and Demi are.
When you arrive, you see Belos. You see a couple of the members of the dueling sort of like hovered near the entrance to the dining hall, and they're looking at the scene that's going on between Jill and Demi. You can see that there is a fairly an older human with long dark grey hair, and he has it tied up in a bun on top of his head, and he's wearing long wizard robes. And you see Jill like gesturing and pointing to this man, and he points at Demi, and Demi just like throws her hands in the air and points at both of them, and she says, okay, well, fine. If you don't want me to have it, then fine. I will just walk away. I'll go save my friends now, and then we will leave. Once we leave, we have nothing to do with you anymore. I'm done. That's it. I'm done. You can all just have the Witches Society. You can all have the whole damn thing. You just have to answer to my brother and to the various gods I have, and fuck you, Jill. She turns and blusters off towards your direction and sees you guys standing there. So we're moving, right? We're moving. We're good to go? Right, excellent. Let's go. This is everything I've wanted for in a great day like today. Her eyes are misted over black, and you can see a lot of the runes on the side of one side of her face have gone a very dark purplish blue color.
We'd had a bit of a discussion, and we think actually we may need to have a talk with Jill. There are
You're kidding.
things at play here.
Right. Jill, we have a proposal for you.
We need to talk in private, please.
She throws her hands up and like looks over like, fine, I may not be in charge anymore, but you have to listen to some of your guests regardless of who they are. And there's a person here who's working for the lodge. You have to listen to them. And my guest is taking over from me as the head of the Witches Society. Congratulations, Zaltanna, you're now in charge. We should go take a room, right? We should go take a room with everything that's going on.
That would be
awesome.
Yes.
She clicks her fingers and just like walks directly towards the small little room that Christopher, you would have recognized from the first time that Jill put you into this room.
Yep.
Jill looks around at you guys very confused. Looks around at the older guy in the long robe, and he says, "You have heard our resignation. You should probably go tell the rest of your people, right?"
I would hold off on that.
Servants will
please,
probably take you on that.
before.
Please wait one moment, please. I need to deal with this. Go make the appropriate. Thank you very much. And you see one of the servants like kind of like make their way up to this young man, and like they're chatting and like begin to slowly make their way off towards the teleportation room. Can one of you make either a perception or an insight check on not on Jill, on the crowd at the door?
I can do an insight.
Sure, go for it.
Would you like with my aura?
You do, if you have your aura on, sure.
I did have it on still.
Yep, go for it.
All right. Nope, that's a 7.
You gain nothing of real use.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Jill looks at you three, a little confused, and if it is your wish, Christopher, please come on through.
We step inside. As we're going in, Balance is telepathically going to ask Zaltanna, or I guess say, I think it might actually be a good idea if I just drop the act and put all cards on the table. Cough once for yes, twice for no. Understood.
All right.
We step in, door closes.
Step in, door closes. Jill takes his seat, kind of like sitting like casually around this table. And Demi is basically too hepped up to sit down. She's radiating energy.
All right, so first things first. Jill,
Yes.
we have obviously not been completely honest with you.
That is blatantly obvious.
Which is why my intention here is to lay all cards on the table, starting with...
And Balance is going to pop the ring off.
Okay. He raises an eyebrow.
As you may have surmised, I'm not exactly who I said I was.
You are Prince Pintor.
Not quite that either, no. I am Prince Laffian Dathrodir.
Oh, you are the other one.
I am.
Right. Okay.
The reason why I tell you this, especially after I've tried to keep this part secret, is because I hope that despite the differences and issues we have faced thus far, that you will hear us out in earnest. I understand that you and Demi were just having a very heated argument.
Demi is sort of like storming in the corner. If there could be, no, there probably is like literal pieces of ash just like raining around, just very ever so gently.
However, I implore you to listen with open ears and an open heart. Demi was...
I will give you this one chance. You will have, let us say, you have 30 seconds to convince me. Otherwise, I'm going to throw you all out of here and let the vaults below take their toll upon people who are below. Your time starts now.
Essentially, your night butler, we have discovered, has been holding people prisoner here who are of royal descent under the work of the council member... where is it? My history. Under the name of Yithlan, who I'm actually very familiar with. She was our spy mistress in the Elven Council. The people that are being held down there are my parents, you see. The chalice which you have in your vault as well, we are seeking to obtain because we're trying to save the world. Because the person who can actually save the world is an ancient hero who that chalice has part of their soul trapped within. Demi here was just genuinely trying to make it where we can...
You are done.
I'm sorry?
Take a persuasion check.
All right. Straight up persuasion?
Straight up persuasion.
All right. Straight up persuasion. I'm switching my focus.
You also have the bardic dice.
I do have. I'm probably going to end up using it, but we'll see what I roll. I'm using it. It's a D6, right?
Yeah.
That makes it a 16. Oh, no, wait. No, because I have the +2. So 13 plus 5, so 18.
I have suspected for a while that he is not all she appears to be. But then she has suspected I am not all I appear to be either.
We also know that much. Which is...
You have been snooping around.
Information is hard to come by these days, and most of it is very useful for making judgment calls.
Of course.
That's the only reason we even stepped back out to speak with you, was because genuinely I thought that after learning what I did, you may be the sort of person who would openly hear what we have to say and judge accordingly.
I am pleased you got so much information in 30 seconds. It is a good job.
I've had to do it before.
Okay. This is what is going to happen. I will be having words with Dahi. You will be free to go down and get your friends. If you are strong enough, you will be able to take the chalice. I will give you something to help with this. I want to disarm the traps because you need to pass these tests. You are not strong enough to take a simple chalice from my simple defenses. Oh wait, no, you're human, aren't you? Sorry. You are mortal, aren't you? Doesn't matter. I will give you something to help with this. You will be allowed to get your friends, the chalice, your parents, and you will be able to go. The dueling will have to continue. It is the fate of the world. Okay, enough of this.
I appreciate it.
Give me 20 minutes. No, not too long. If your friends are down there and they're the ones who tip the alarm. Give me a few moments. Meet me outside of my quarters, which I assume you know where they are. I will get you something.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. He gets up and he leaves the room.
Balance turns to Demi with a half smile, like, not exactly what we planned, but hopefully things are going to work out now.
Well, if he's given us something to help us down there, then that's going to be really useful and really, really helpful, because the things that he didn't know about when he went down there last was actually inside the vault itself. And apart from the thing that made him like terrified, which I assume is probably some like horror or frightening effect, I could probably, well, I can't help him out, but I'm pretty sure I'm sure some of you will. It would be very helpful if he gives us something that's very, very useful right now, because I don't know what's down there and I don't know exactly what I can do. As some things are going to have to kick my ass, some things aren't going to kick my ass, but we're going to get down there and we're going to go save our friends, and it's going to be great and awesome. And
Demi,
yes,
I know you're excited right now. It's okay. Everything's going to be all right. I'm going to take the place of Rawl here. Do you need a hug?
I don't think it's a good idea.
I figured
I am
I would
very
offer.
volatile right now. I think I would take a spiritual hug. I can't take anything. I'm very volatile right now, and it's very difficult for me to hold on.
Balance conjures a mystic hand and gives her like a pat on the shoulder. Long range shoulder pat.
That's fucking adorable.
Spiritual shoulder pat.
So there's one other thing I needed, where I should probably tell you, like, as we're walking and talking.
Okay.
And she basically storms from the room and assumes that you're catching up.
Disguise ring is back on, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine.
I may have told Jill, but that doesn't mean I want everybody else knowing yet.
No, of course not. As you guys are making your way back through and making your way towards the door, she says, all right, so there's one other thing I need to tell you about. So I was talking to Belos. Belos came to me and he had a thing. Well, he doesn't like me because I'm Demi in the way I got in charge of all of these various things that was going on. He came to me with a plan, and the plan that seemed reasonable because it accepted the things that Bogren wanted to do and it said the things that he wanted to do, because he doesn't want me to be in charge anymore. Bogren thinks it'd be a great idea if I wasn't in charge anymore, because the next person in line is going to be like this very old human dude, the one that you saw in there, and there was potentially being another elf person, but we think he probably died or something in the cataclysm that happened recently, or it might be Dacian. So it'd be a good plan to pull him out. So I am not happy, but I'm not in charge of that anymore.
I can't tell if you're happy or not about that.
I'm concerned. I'm not happy. I'm very not happy. I'm very concerned because he always comes back when he says he would. He usually, well, actually sometimes he doesn't, but he normally comes back when he says he should. And we've been over 4 hours now. I'm very concerned, and we don't know who sent that note. I mean, it's probably Raoul, because Raoul's the only one that says that he loves anyone, so it's going to be totally fun. Yeah, it's all going to be good. It's going to be great. Hey, we're here.
Okay.
A few minutes later, depending on if you guys want to talk more or whatever, regardless, Gilles turns up, and in his arms are a bundle of weapons. There are There are silver-tipped arrows. There are silver longsword and silver daggers and a silver short sword. And he presents them forward to you and says, "Here."
I assume we're going to need these somehow when we're down there?
Yes. If you are not magically inclined, sorry, I don't know where the fuck that went from. If you are not magically inclined, these silver weapons will help you. Some of the creatures down here are resistant to certain types of damage, shall we say.
Got you. Zaltanna, maybe you want to go get your axe really quick then?
I'm going to say I grabbed my axe and put my armor on.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, you probably could have been doing that while you're waiting for Jill.
Okay.
Like, not a problem. I'll say it's a fine thing to do.
All right, we can definitely bring these with us, and then once we're down there, then the others can take some of these.
There's also... there's also silver knuckle dusters in there. I know technically Ral, if you'd be here, would say, like, I don't need them. I already have magic fists. But Jill doesn't know that.
Okay. So it was silvered weapons?
So you have silvered, basically you have silvered weapons. There's a long sword, a short sword, 2 daggers, and about, let's say, 20 arrows. There might be a situation I might need your help on when you come back, but we can make arrangements based on that.
The incident going on in the town?
Yes. There appears that they are being attacked from the air.
By what?
I do not know. They have not sent back reports. We have sent a second group of guards to go down there. I may take a trip down there, but I have to deal with the guests up here who are as royalty of the makers. Pointed out there is a bit of a problem we have to answer here, and we do have the dueling to commence now, so boy. Anyway, I would say good luck, but you will either make it out or you won't. I would just be expecting potentially the next person to have whoever this mythical warrior is, wherever he is, or wherever she is.
We'll be back soon.
In that case, good luck. I will see you on the other side.
Balance holds out a hand for a shake.
Oh boy. Yeah, he reaches out and shakes your hand. His hand's kind of cold.
Balance does not
Kind of
react to that.
clammy. Yeah, just kind of cold, kind of clammy. Shakes your hand and he walks on. With a simple uttering of the phrase Baba Yaga, you guys step through the door into a world that is rendering as we finish this particular episode.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hello, it's Renala. I guess I really should be better at speaking in public the amount of time I have to play my role. Anyway, we want to say thank you to everyone for listening to the episode. We got to give a really big special Patreon thanks out to Hey It's Anna, which I probably shouldn't be doing in this accent because I have to drop all the H's, but you know who you are and we love you to bits. Thanks to patrons, we managed to do amazing cool things like Kino and this other cool thing we're doing, which is all the auditions for the backstories, which is really awesome, really cool. Everyone was amazing. It was really difficult. So like Raoul said last week, you're all amazing. So thank you for that. And hopefully you'll hear that soon. If you want to give us a handout and you can't do the Patreon thing, that's totally cool. But if you could leave us a review wherever it is that you can leave reviews, that really helps us out, and it's amazing. Tell everyone. Tell your mum, your dad, your boss, your children, your brothers, your sisters, random granny on the street. It don't really matter. That'll be awesome. Well, I guess we're about to go back into the vault after speaking to a horseman of the apocalypse. That's real weird, right? Anyway, hopefully talk to you soon. Bye.